What's up, everyone? We got another track video coming up for you guys. We got the Ghost out this time, the 2020 Mustang 10R80, a couple of bolt-ons with a 150 shot nitrous. We finally got it on there, and we're going to be trying that out for the first time, seeing what it runs. Beforehand, it ran from 11.3 all the way up to 11.6, usually 11.3, so hopefully it gets like a 10.3, 10.5 with a 150 shot. We got the usual Scatpack over here. Going to be using the 325/45 tires, Hoosiers, they're DR2s. But we're going to use that for a little while, and I already got 325/35s that came in today. We're going to be putting those back on because those were the best tires that I had with this car, that showed the best times, the best 60 foot. So we're going to be going with those for now on. I finally found a pair. It took forever to find them, but if you guys ever do find 305/45s, those are the tires to go for. Those are the best tires. It's the same gear ratio for the Scatpack, so you have a better shifting and everything, especially with transmission tuning. So we'll see how it goes.
305/45s.
She's about cooled off, so we're gonna see now in a minute what she does. We're gonna try out our first pass. See how she does. Alright, everyone, so you guys seen those two passes. On the first pass, the 11.15 pass, what I did different was that I noticed that my first gear was shifting pretty early, around about 6,100 RPMs. So I wanted to try something a little bit different. I put it in manual and popped it back in automatic after it passed the 6,000 mark, because I was trying to get as much gear as possible out of the first. Try to get maybe more speed out of it, which it did. It ran a 122 and a half, but it still ran 11.15, because if you notice on the 330 foot, it's right under the 60 foot, was a lot slower, about 10 slower than the 11.06 pass. What made the 11.06 pass so well was at 330, because the 60 foots were about the same. The mile per hour is actually lower in the 11.06 pass, which was surprising, but it did really good. I think the reason for it being slower, getting more gear out of first, is it may not be getting enough into second gear, because by that 330 foot is when I get into second gear, and maybe it's just not grabbing enough speed at that point, or acceleration. I noticed in my log when I was doing it that it was starting to slow down on acceleration, which is slowing down speed a little bit when I did that, so that's probably the reason. So we're gonna stick it how it's been. It definitely does need a tune for the shifting. I would really like to get one, but it's not, I guess, important. The car's doing great how it is, of course. Seeing the 11.06 pass was really good. So we're probably not going to do that anymore. And plus, at the same time, even though it felt really, really good, it had that kind of hard feeling shifting out first and the second, and which a lot of people do like. Me personally, I I don't care for it too much because it's a lot of strain onto the transmission, and these transmissions only can go so far, especially these HP70s. It's not like the Hellcat transmission where it could take a pretty good toll. But it did really good. I'm very happy with what it did. We're gonna definitely stick with what we've been doing, which was shocking the converter, let it do its automatic, let it do what it's gotta do. There was one pass that I did at the end that is not on video, but pretty much I tried to put it in launch control at about 1300, and by mistake I let off of the brake too early, and so I dumped the staging, meaning that I didn't stage. I was pretty much in pre-stage, I didn't fully stage, so I didn't get a ticket on that, which sucks. But when I did that, it made my gut turn, which was, it felt awesome. And so maybe that would have been a better pass, doing the launch control really low. I didn't pop the gear or anything from manual to automatic, so it was just like a normal pass, just at 1300. It's hard to do launch control, especially when you're trying to go against people on this car, because you gotta press the button, then you gotta hold the brake, and then you gotta hold the gas to get to that certain RPM that you have it on. And so it just takes too long, especially when you're staged up. Maybe the only way I could do it is if I can stage quick enough before the other person, which sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. So we're gonna probably figure that out next week. But we also got 325/35s that came in. They're in there. That tire has done the best out of the car, so we're gonna put those on this week coming. And now with the new tune and going back to the same tires that we had before, and the other 1106 pass I had, we're gonna definitely see what that does. I think it'll be a big improvement. I'm also going to be taking the bumper supports off the car, which should be about 30 to 40 pounds lighter. So because I really want to get a close, even a flat 11.0, I would be happy with the 11.00. I have a race coming up pretty soon, which I'll be in 11.0 bracket on, so I definitely want to get that as close as possible. There's no delay boxes, so it's pretty much will run what you brung into 11.0. And then at the same time, of course, to get into those 10 seconds. Did my research a little bit more. This car should be running 10.89, 10.92 from math I've done on paper anyway. You can't really go by that completely. Of course, you know, you got weather conditions, and that one little misshift somewhere could do something wrong, or there's a lot of factors to put into account. But for it to run what it did, it's doing really good, and we will get into those 10s. We will, and we'll hopefully get it pretty soon. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and take care.